Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Harshini and today I'll be setting up my 2026 bullet journal. So if you're interested, then continue watching. So this is my 7th year of bullet journaling and I can't even believe that I'm saying it out loud. But yeah, I started to do this during COVID because I felt like my life needed some structure and I've been doing it ever since. So this is my 2026 setup. This is my first time actually decorating the cover page and I wanted it to be a little personal, so I added some elements that represent me. I'm here setting up my front page where I stuck a photo of myself and I'm writing my name because the last journal that I had got stolen or lost. I don't know what happened because I forgot to write my name. So this year I'm not doing the same mistake. So I'm writing my name. I'm using the Pigment Micron 03 pen and I'm trying to make it look like I'm doing calligraphy, but I'm just using this 03 pen. I'm skipping the first page because I don't like writing in it, and since I've already returned 2026 in the first page along with my picture, I didn't want to repeat it, so I skipped the page. The next spread that I'm doing is the grid spacing guide, which I find it very useful actually because I really need help with splitting the page into two because I'm a little lazy when it comes to counting and doing it again and again. So I use this page. Here I'm just splitting it into two, like two sections in different numbers. I don't know how to explain it, but you can see. I'm only doing 2 and 3 in the vertical spacing because that's what I use most often when I do like weekly spread. Again, I'm doing the same thing where I'm making it look like I'm doing calligraphy, but in reality, I'm just shading it because I feel like this is easier. Now, for the theme of this year, or like for the bullet journal, I've decided to set up it in the aesthetic of coastal granddaughter. That was not really my intention. I really wanted hydrangeas like spreading around, but I was not really satisfied with just hydrangeas in my spread. So I was trying out some gingham patterns and those two hydrangeas and this pattern really looked cute together and I decided why not just combine those two. So that's what I'm doing here. So I've actually cut out like the small tabs on the side to make the spreads more accessible. The next spread that I'm doing is future log, which is very useful for me because I'm somebody who cannot remember important dates. So I just write down everybody's birthday, anniversary, important things that I've already planned at the start of the year. This keeps me in track and in check. So this spread is like very useful for me. And every spread that I do in this journal setup or in my journal in general has a purpose. I just don't do it for aesthetic. I've had many trial and error and I've tried many new spreads and this is what works out for me. So that's what I'm doing it. I might add something else in the future if it works out. I might write in monthly journal and I might switch it to the yearly ones, but so far this has been working for me. I know the process of writing the numbers for the month. It feels a little tedious, but I did really enjoy it and it is satisfying to watch. But if you have a stamp for the number, you know, the fancy stationery, you can go ahead and use it. But I really enjoy writing it in hand for some reason. I know it's weird, but I just enjoy it. And for hydrangeas, I just dot in circles. Like I do around 3 to 4 circle clusters, like I'm doing it here. And I add more dots to make them look fuller. I'm also adding like single and double, and I'm mixing all of those to give this a very natural feel. For the leaves, I'm going in with this light green color and I'm drawing like few leaves to add like a bit of color to this. Now I'm going in with a darker green to give it like a shadow and to add more character. And now I'm adding more dimension by using a blue gel pen, and I'm just dotting and making the circles more defined so that the hydrangeas don't feel flat. I was actually planning on leaving the page as it is, but I felt like it was a little blank, so I took a blue color pencil and I just shaded the weeks of the months. And I used the same blue marker and I colored the tabs. And now for the next spread, which is the continuation of the future log. I did the exact same thing that I did in the previous page. Not gonna lie, this spread did take me a long time because I was writing the names and shading it and adding numbers and drawing the hydrangeas again. But I really love how it turned out in the end, so I think it was worth it. And now I'm doing the same thing that I did before for hydrangeas. I'm dotting them in a cluster. I'm using a light green marker and then going on top with a dark green one, and I'm using the same blue pen that I used to add more character. Next spread that I'm doing here is my 2026 goals. So I usually set like 20 different resolutions slash goals every year, and at the end I either forget about them or I never achieve them. But this year I wanted it to be different. So what I did was I split the goals into 4 parts, which is personal, academic, and content and social, and have 4 to 5 main goals that I want to achieve throughout the year. And I'm mainly focusing on these 4 because I want this year to be more about self-care. That comes under personal. And for the content section, I want to create more content and post more frequently and consistently, which I've not been doing the past year, but this year I want to make a change. Anyways, for the hydrangeas, I did one hydrangea and I didn't like how it turned out, so I just turned it into a row of hydrangeas. And this looks so much better than just one hydrangea, which I did before. And for the next spread, which is the bucket list, which is something new that I'm doing this year because I keep having a lot of things that I want to do, wish list and places I want to go in my mind, but I keep forgetting to write them down or I have nowhere to write them down. So I thought I'll create one page where I can write down things I want to purchase someday or places I want to visit or things that I want to do. So let's see if this page will be useful. Anyways, I'm doing the gingham pattern here and I did notice that the lines were a little crooked, but I feel like that adds more charm and character, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. So the next spread that I'm doing here is a period tracker where I've written all the months and all the dates and I've dotted. And I'm gonna be very honest here, the dotting really did piss me off and it was testing my patience because the pages were already dotted but I had to dot again. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but yay, I finally completed it. but it is quite satisfying to watch. So this was the sort of hydrangea, like a single hydrangea that I wanted to do in the previous spread, but I couldn't achieve it. But here also I'm not very much satisfied with it because I had something else in mind and it came out looking like this, but it's fine. And finally, for the last spread, which is the reading tracker, obviously, and here I'm just keeping it very simple. I just added date, title, and the star or the rating system. I usually have a big reading goal, but I only end up reading half of it, and I'll be sad and frustrated with myself. So this year, I wanted to take it down a notch and set a real goal where I read around 10 to 15 or 20 books. And I'm not gonna pressure myself into reading those 20 books because I'm a mood reader and I only read books when I feel like it. So it's unfair for me to beat myself up over that. So this year I'm taking a very realistic approach. So this is my 2026 bullet journal setup. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more such content, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.